John, baby, come on back when it's over. Don't forget us. Don't forget us. Wise mother, wise mother. She said, don't forget me. Eat my bread too. I love this church. I love this church. Verse 13. Jesus answered and said unto her, whoever drinks of this water shall thirst again. But whoever drinks of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water, springing up into everlasting life. The woman said unto him, Sir, give me this water that I will not thirst and never have to come back to draw. And Jesus said unto her, go call your husband and then come here. And the woman answered and said, I have no husband. And Jesus said unto her, you told the truth. I have no husband, for you have had 5 husbands. How many? 5. And the one that you now have is not your husband. So you told the truth. The woman said unto him, Sir, I perceive that you are a prophet. Our fathers worship in this mountain. You say Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship. And when you come to verse 25, the woman said unto him, I know the Messiah is coming, and when he is called Christ, and when he is come, he will tell us everything we need to know. And Jesus said unto her, I that speak unto you am he. And upon this, the disciples showed up and marveled that he talked with the woman. He was talking with the woman. Somebody say, talking with the woman. The disciples marveled that he was talking with the woman. And yet no man. And the disciples were marveling that he talked with the woman, yet no man said, what seekest thou, or why are you talking with her? But the woman then left her water pot, went away into the city, and said to the men, come see a man which told me all things ever I did. Is not this the Christ? This is the water that you need. Somebody say, living water. Living water. That's been on your mind, and that's been on my mind, because usually we don't think about water in this sense. Because in this setting, Jesus is talking to this woman, and the woman is talking to Jesus. Jesus is talking to the woman, and the woman is talking to Jesus. You don't see this very frequently. You get an inside view of Jesus talking to the woman, and the woman talking to Jesus. I mean, the woman was listening to Jesus, and Jesus was listening to the woman. You know what that is? When you're talking to the Lord, and the Lord is talking to you, that's called prayer. And when the Lord is talking to you and listening to you, that's called prayer. And when you're talking to the Lord, and when the Lord is talking to you, that's prayer. Anytime there's a conversation between you and the Lord, that's prayer. So this is really a prayer conversation about God. This whole conversation is actually underrated, because this is a key stepping stone in learning how to pray. You do know prayer is something that you learn. Somebody say learn. That's what it says up there. Learn. Many people never get to the sweet spot in prayer. I don't think I'll do a lot of hooping today. Because all preaching is not hooping. And all praying is not hollering. I don't know if y'all hear me or not. You can make a lot of noise and not bust a break in prayer. So praying is not measured by the height of your volume. Decimals don't make your prayer any stronger. So don't think the louder you pray, the higher it goes. I mean, that's like talking to a deaf person. By you speaking louder will not help them to hear you. Because it's not the volume that is the issue, it is their eardrum. Y'all hear me? Now, there's nothing wrong with hollering because God is not nervous when he has a lot of noise. But don't ever think that your volume is what determines the impact of your prayer. Prayer is something that is learned. In Luke 11, the disciples said, Lord, teach us to pray. And we get taught how to drive with it. We get taught how to do hair, Sister Eunice. We get taught how to fly, Brother Stokes, as a pilot. You get taught how to tie your shoes. Isn't that a great feeling? Happiness, Peanut said a long time ago, is 2 kinds of ice cream. Finding the escape key. Learn how to tell the time. Happiness is learning to whistle and learning to tie your shoe for the very first time. Happiness is playing the drum in your own school band. And happiness is learning to walk hand in hand. On and on and on is what you learn. But many people don't associate prayer with learning. And that's why your prayers are so often weak, because you miss some of the classes. And it wouldn't be such a horrendous impediment. If y'all hear me say, I hear you. It weren't for the fact you've got a master teacher. It says that we are told that many students struggle in public school in math and science. But upon closer discovery, they have found out there are many people that know math that don't know how to teach math. Why don't y'all say, we know you're a teacher. Yeah, you're looking at a teacher. You got many people that know history but don't know how to teach history. They know biology, but they don't know how to teach it. So many people fail, not just because of the subject matter, but because they don't have the right kind of teacher. Some people learn better by being visual. Others learn better by audible. Some learn better by tactile. Some learn better by observing. Everybody doesn't learn the same way, but when you got a master teacher like Jesus, he knows just how you should learn. He knows your language. He knows your attention span. Y'all don't want to hear me. He knows your background. He knows your culture. He knows your personality. He knows your failures and he knows your successes. And if you go to Jesus as the master teacher, you'll learn how to be a master prayer. Matter of fact, now's a good time for you to go to school. Lift your hand to the Lord and just say, I want to learn how to pray. And I want you to teach me. I'm about to jump across this thing because you already know that he's a doctor in the sick room, but he's more than that. You already know he's a lawyer in a courtroom. You gonna say amen? But he's more than that. You already know he's a bridge over troubled water. You already know he's a doctor in the Lord. You already know he's a friend at midnight. You already know he's a mother to the motherless. You already know he's a father to the fatherless. You already know he's a bridge over troubled water. You already know he's Alpha and Omega. You already know he's the beginning and the end. You already know he's the first and the last.